I wore my red shirt because it's a red day and there is FUD everywhere. Let's talk about it. Welcome, folks, to Beach Office 365, where I bring you the latest and greatest in DeFi, crypto, and passive income. All right, so we got, a pretty red day right now, and the charts on everything just look awful. These are the tough times. This is part of open markets, right? This is part of it. And certainly, cryptocurrency, I think that, when it comes to drip, and the chart looks awful, but so does pretty much every chart I've looked at today. Obviously there are some outliers, but I mean, the whole market is just, we're having a red day. And truth be told, I actually think that we might have a little bit more of that in the overall markets in general. And you just gotta kind of go with the flow here. What I can say is that the majority of people that have made considerable amount of wealth in markets have done it during bear markets, okay? They do it when they're able to really get their money in when everything is low. As investors, as traders, the biggest mistake we make, and I talked about this in one of the other videos, is we bring our emotions into it, right? And when we bring our emotions into it, it takes over logic, okay? Logically, the strategy should be you buy low and you sell high. But when our emotions come into it, it hijacks our brain, okay? And we get scared, right? Or we get super excited. But either way, what we do is we end up buying high and selling low. And 90% of people that try and trade in markets end up failing. And the main reason is that they're unable to detach from bringing their emotions in. So I'm not immune to that. My emotions get brought in. Believe me, I would prefer to wake up one morning and see the price of drip going back up. That being said, I think this is quite an opportunity for new people to get in. And for myself, I'm going to be, dollar cost averaging. So I did want to kind of go over something here. All right, my daily email from, or not daily, my weekly from the DeFi Edge, which I love this guy. I love the first line. The charts are bleeding red and the macro picture is not looking great. Despite that, there are some great tailwinds in crypto space. Plant your seeds now to take advantage of the next bull cycle. If you believe in crypto and you believe in cycles and you believe that eventually things are going to start going back up, I mean, what is there to really worry about right now, right? So this was kind of a cool thing in terms of crypto adoption. I think, and I've said this before, and I will continue to say this over and over again, we are going to be seeing an enormous amount of wealth transfer, okay, over the next 10 years. And the amount of capital that's going to be put into cryptocurrency is going to be ridiculous. When you have something like this, the Central African Republic becomes the second country to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender after El Salvador last year. Panama has moved forward with crypto regulation. Bitcoin has legal status and there are zero capital gains taxes. I'm moving to Panama. Whoa. Sorry, I guess I missed the zero taxes part when I read this earlier. I'm gonna have to look into that. Fuck Puerto Rico. Let's go to Panama, baby. BlackRock is one of the largest asset managers, 10 trillion as of January 22nd. They are launching a blockchain ETF containing assets such as Coinbase, Galaxy Digital, and Bitcoin miners. Fidelity is allowing people to put a portion of their 401k retirement savings into Bitcoin. This is huge. This is huge. And I like this. A lesson I learned from working out. Results don't always come immediately. Sometimes you'll be having amazing workouts and the results will lag. That's how I feel about the market now. Yeah, the price is horrible, but adoption is happening. Builders are building. Let's quickly take a look over. I want to look at something here. Okay. This is a chart of Bitcoin. And this is when I first found out about Bitcoin, was after this dump here. Yeah, so the price tanked in a matter of almost 3 days, 60%. That was the first time I heard about Bitcoin. This was back in 2012, August of 2012. And the price was $12.20. And what a friend of mine was explaining it to me. And basically he said, it's this, digital currency. It might be the wave of the future, but the truth is you had to be an early investor to really reap any rewards from it. Because he was referring to back when it was below $1. Okay, so that's when I first heard about it, and I didn't pay it much mind. As we kind of go along here. Whoa. Whoa, it really shoots up here in 2013, doesn't it? All right, it's going. Woo! Look at that. That is quite the move. Okay, quite the move. Naturally, I started hearing about it again around here. Okay, so almost about a year later, I heard about it, that it had shot up to, to 258. And I was hearing about tulips. I was hearing about tulips. This is when you start hearing stories about tulips. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you should definitely look it up. But, I was hearing about tulips. I was hearing about .com bubbles, and I was hearing about the only way you could make money in Bitcoin is if you had gotten in earlier, down like here, because it was, it was in that 100 range. Okay, so now we're moving along here. Oh, that's right. Then we get to 2000. Oh, and of course, I think I remember hearing about it somewhere around in here. I couldn't wrap my head around it. So I was busy swing trading in the stock market. I just wanted nothing to do with it, and yeah, so this is like 2014, takes this nosedive. At this point, I'm just hearing, that it's very speculative, not really sure what's going on, speculative. The government is going to shut it down. It's not going to be around for much longer. And you really could only make money if you had gotten in earlier. And then we know what happens at this point, right? We had this bear market after this rip roar in 2017, right? This bear market where it's just, now granted, it's at the, 5,000, something like that. But I mean, people had seen it hit, 20K, close to 20K. And then it crashes all the way down here, right? What's that? Yeah, 74%. I think it goes even lower because it came down to like here, 80%. People are like, it's done. Cryptocurrency is done. It's all just, it's all fake. It's all fake. It's a Ponzi, yada, yada, yada. And again, the message was the only way you could have made money in it is if you gotten in earlier. Or sorry, 2019 and 18, when it was just a slugfest of just nothingness. I mean, people were losing their minds. Yada. If someone had gotten in around this time and started planting seeds, right? We know what happens. This huge just explosion, right? I think it's important to bring this up in that if you're buying in when the price is low and then you're waiting for it to go up and sell when it's high, that's how you make money. That's how you make money in the markets. And it is really hard to do that. The logic is simple, but the emotions take over. Okay, the drip chart right now looks like shit. All right, it looks like shit. A lot of people are saying the reason it broke the 30 is because of all the stuff going on with the animal farm. That makes sense. I think that also just the overall markets in general, there's a lot of real FUD out there. I don't mean the FUD stirs. I mean, people really have fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And that makes sense. People had a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt about Bitcoin back in 2018 and all those other previous bear markets. Okay. So come back over to the Faucet here. Some of you know, just real quick aside to my team members that are watching, it is free Drip Fridays. I did do an airdrop and I can show you that. But I wanted to quickly just say that this is not a drip channel. Okay. This is not a drip channel. This is a passive income channel. DeFi, crypto, passive income. I have covered many projects. Okay, I've covered Strong, I've covered Thor, I've covered Polar, I've covered Zeus, I've covered Bitscap bot trading. I cover all those. And I'm in several more different DeFi projects that I haven't covered on here yet. So as the whole kind of, markets are crashing and, everything else, I am still pumped about drip. I am a little bit less loud about some of those other things because I'm unsure about the sustainability of some things. All right. So right now, what I'm covering is drip. Drip, the animal farm, Faucet, baby. Now you may be saying, well, you're just doing that because you're shilling your buddy code. Okay. My buddy code to get referrals, like I'm making bank off the referrals. Let me show you guys something real quick. If I can ever get my Metamask wallet to open on time. Okay, so I'm going to copy this. All right. So as you can see, I got 246.5 deposits. I have received in referral rewards 11.7. Let me show you. Oh, here we go. Let me show you something. If I look up my own address, so I have 19 direct referrals. Okay. I have sent 16.4 drip versus my 11.7 drip. Guys, I mean, I'm I'm not shilling this for my, for the referral rewards. Okay. I mean, I'm losing money on those, right? But I love giving airdrops. I want to get more people in. It really does feel like a community. You know what I mean? Like this is one of the projects that I just believe in. And I recognize that this is one of the cycles where we're just down and here's an accumulation phase, which is what my plan is anyway. I'm not trying to claim right now. If the price shot up, maybe I would claim. I'm trying to, build up a nice amount of deposits. Anyway, I wanted to just kind of point that out that, it's a tough day. It's a down day in the market right now. And I'm curious to know what you think about drip, where you think it's going. Do you think we touch down to 20? Do you think when the animal farm opens back up next week, we take off? What's your best prediction? I'm clearly very bullish on drip. I'm biased on it. It's the DeFi project that I'm the most excited about and the most passionate and the most invested in. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. If you liked this content, please hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment. Love to know what you think. Catch you on the next one.